Hey friends, welcome back to my kitchen. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jen. I do cooking, canning, and food preservation videos, and sometimes I post garden content. If that seems like the sort of thing that you'd be into, I hope you'll consider subscribing and sticking around. Today we're going to be making slow cooker taco soup, and I absolutely adore this recipe. Nothing makes me happier than dinner basically cooking itself. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing that you're going to want to do is go ahead and brown your meat. Now, I know a lot of people get really turned off by a slow cooker recipe that actually requires you to drag out a pan and cook something before it goes into the crock pot. But I'm going to tell you that browning your meat just really makes the texture and flavor of the ground meat a lot more palatable than it would be if you just allowed it to kind of stew in the crock pot. So you have some options here. You can use ground beef, but I decided I wanted to use ground turkey. It's a little leaner, it's a little lighter, and I just wanted to go for something a little different. But by all means, if you have ground chicken or ground beef and you would prefer to use that, go ahead and use that. Now, if you're new here, I always double my recipes, but I will leave an ingredients list in the box below for a single recipe. I have a large family, so I have to cook a lot. And you'll see me using my really, really large crock pot, but if you're doing a single recipe, you can do it in a smaller crock pot, no problems. So just go ahead and brown up your meat. And when you're done browning it, if there's any excess grease, if you're using ground beef, you'll want to drain off most of that grease. And then to this, I'm going to add some chopped up onion. And you'll see I took a shortcut and just minced my garlic right on top of my onion so I could slide it off my cutting board. And we're only going to cook the onion long enough for it to become slightly translucent and until the garlic becomes very fragrant. If you can smell the garlic in the air and your onions are starting to be see-through around the edges, it's ready. So once you've given your onions a little bit to cook down, you're going to go ahead and add your taco seasoning. Now, you can use homemade taco seasoning like I do, or you can just use a packet of taco seasoning like you buy from the grocery store. And if I remember, I will leave a card in the upper right-hand corner here to my taco seasoning recipe, but by all means, use whatever it is that you like to add to your tacos. I'm going to give this a really good mix so that these spices can start warming up. They can be combined really well with the meat. And then I'm going to add just a splash of water to this to help warm the spices the rest of the way through and sort of cook down and condense into the meat. This takes about 5 minutes. You don't have to let it go for a really long time. So now we can go ahead and assemble our soup. In my crock pot here, I have a couple of pounds of russet potatoes that I peeled and diced in about 1-inch pieces. And to that, I'm going to go ahead and put all of this taco meat and any of the juices left in the bottom of the pan into my crock pot as well. Then I'm adding some hot green chilies. You can use mild if you prefer. Just regular old canned chilies. If you can these up in the summer, use your home canned ones. That would be an amazing way to use them up. Then to this, I'm also going to add a couple cans of fire roasted tomatoes. Now you don't have to use fire roasted, but the little flecks of charring in the tomatoes just adds like another layer of flavor to this soup, and I really enjoy it. So if you can find fire roasted tomatoes, I suggest using those. It's so good. I'm also going to add a couple cans of fire roasted corn that I have drained off to this crock pot. Now, if it happens to be corn or tomato season where you're at when you're watching this video, I suggest just roasting the tomatoes and the corn yourself. If you have fresh corn available in your area, fresh corn is always better than canned corn, but use what you have access to. We're not picky around here. We're just trying to make a decent dinner. Now, I'm going to try to give this a little bit of a stir because my crock pot is getting more and more full. Like I said, I'm using my big crock pot, but I knew it would be easier to sort of mix it up a little bit now than try to wait until the very end and then mix it together. So the original recipe calls for kidney beans for this. We prefer black beans, so I'm using black beans for this soup. But if you have kidney beans or white beans, whatever, it doesn't matter. Just use whatever beans you have on hand or what you prefer. And the last ingredient for this soup is a can of condensed cream of chicken soup. Now, I know that there is nothing visually appealing about cream of anything soup, but once you get it all mixed in and it's had time to cook, It doesn't look weird like this anymore. So just be patient with your soup. This cream of chicken soup just amps up your soup. So if you make it at home yourself and you want to use that, go ahead, by all means, make it from scratch. But I'm just trying to get through supper. So I'm going to add a little splash of chicken broth just to help loosen up this condensed soup. And I'm going to give it a really, really good mix to make sure everything is incorporated. I'm going to turn my crock pot up to high. I'm going to put the lid on it and I'm going to let it cook for about 4 hours. Now you can come back every now and then and give it a stir if you like, but you don't have to. It's unnecessary. My soup actually went for 4 hours and it was done, but we weren't ready for dinner yet. So I just turned my crock pot down to low, gave it a really good stir, and put the lid on it and left it until we were ready to eat. And this is how it turned out. It is super thick. All of the flavors from the taco seasoning and the cream of chicken soup and all of those wonderful fire roasted vegetables that we added have come together. And this is truly a hearty, rich soup. If it is cold where you are, you should try this because it will warm you right up. Now you have a few options when you're serving this. Some folks like to eat this with crackers like a Southwest chili. Some people have it with tortilla chips or just regular old flour tortillas, but I kept it pretty simple on this night and we just had it with some shredded cheese, some sour cream, and some cilantro. And even though I used hot green chilies, I added some salsa to mine. So always keep that as an option if you want it to be a little hotter, but maybe the rest of your family doesn't. So I really hope that you give this recipe a try and let your slow cooker do the work for you. And if you do, please come back and leave me a comment and let me know what you thought about this recipe. Did your family like this soup as much as mine did? Mine ate this whole crock pot in 2 days. So until next time, friends, happy cooking.